The front line of disclosure. This is About Space Today's special report, and I'm David Denault. It's the first time since his life-threatening motorcycle accident that Lue Elizondo, the man who led the secret government UFO study for more than 8 years, is speaking out on the mysterious surroundings of the 11 missing scientists and about the recent UFO disclosure notice by the president. He has had some of the highest security clearances to find the truth about UFOs.
I'd like to talk about a little bit is this recent information that we have regarding scientists and engineers and military personnel who have suddenly and mysteriously vanished, disappeared, or died. I think the count is up to 11 now. Several of those individuals I know and knew personally. It's no secret that I've said before, and some of my colleagues, that there is a target on our back. There are people who want us to be quiet. They want us to shut up, and they're willing to take extreme measures for that. And folks in Congress have been made aware of that too. So this is not like some sort of weird secret. It's kind of a poorly kept secret that there are some folks still in the government that don't want us talking and don't want having this conversation about disclosure. Media is covering 11 people now, but it might be more, a lot more. I'll tell you, as far as the story regarding Amy Eskridge, I had the privilege of meeting her back in Huntsville, Alabama, back in around, I think it was maybe 2019 timeframe, 2018, 2019. And her and her father had been working on a project, apparently that involved anti-gravitics. She did provide me and a couple of my colleagues a briefing on it. I am not an anti-gravitics expert, so I really don't know what to say much about it. But whether it was legitimate or not, she did complain that she was on a quote-unquote target list. I don't know if it was the same target list that I myself and folks like Dave Grush were on, or if it was something else or someone else. But she did reveal that to us, and she did say that she was fearful for her life. Now, does that necessarily mean that something nefarious occurred? No. A lot of us have fears, and sometimes they're unsubstantiated, sometimes they're very substantiated. So I don't know. I think it's important, though, that we recognize that a lot of people are putting at stake a lot here to have conversations like this. I am pleased to see that Congress is becoming more and more engaged. People like Anna Paulina Luna and Representative Burchett and Burleson are still working very diligently behind the scenes on this topic, and for that I applaud them. The American people appreciate that very much. And lo and behold, some of these folks are now getting briefed on some pretty interesting stuff. I think with Representative Luna, her asking for those videos was a stroke of genius. I think it was brilliant, because those videos exist, and you're now holding people's feet in the Pentagon to the fire. Unfortunately, there's a lot of excuses. There's still a lot of folks that are trying to obfuscate and push back inside the Pentagon, the same ones that tried to erase me and pretend like I didn't exist. They're still there. Don't ask me why and how. Frankly, if I was Secretary Hegseth, I would fire them immediately. But that's not my job. I don't have any authority to do that. So, but that'd be my recommendation. I think that we now have this topic at the very, very highest levels of our government. The fact that President Trump has said openly and publicly that he's going to release the files and get to the bottom of this, I think is an excellent gesture of good faith. Now, of course, easier said than done, right? Because the devil's in the details. You have to go over a huge volume of information and review it for classification and then release it. And yes, we still have to protect sources and methods. Yes, there's still aspects of some of these reports that should remain classified. I know that's not a popular position, but look, we don't want to give away our capabilities to foreign adversaries. And that's just the bottom line. So I do think there's a way to do this. I think you need to have a review board that's going to, maybe every week meet in Washington, D.C. there at the National Archives and decide what should be released and how it should be released. And if there's classified information, how do we redact that information to get it out to the open public? I think at this point, the UAP topic is the worst kept secret in U.S. government history. Everybody knows it's real, and proud of my government for doing this. And very appreciative for members of Congress who are taking this topic seriously. I think they realize what's at stake. I think I submit to you that even our very democracy is at risk here. If the government does not decide to become open and transparent with the American people, it will continue to lose more and more credibility. And the faith and confidence of the American people will continue to diminish. So I think it's really important that the government be truthful. And even if it doesn't know certain things, that's okay. Say that. Say, look, we know what, there's things that we know, there's things we don't know, and we're trying to figure that out. I think if we have a group of individuals in D.C. that can look at information on a regular and routine basis and maybe inform Congress and say, look, there's 25% of these documents are classified, and of those 25%, 10% really should remain classified, and then provide that to Congress. So at least Congress knows, and then Congress can inform you, the people, of where we are with this. I'd put up a quarterly report card. If I was in charge, I would of this transparency issue. Practices, just be open and transparent with the American people. Be honest. If you don't have an answer, you don't have an answer. If you don't, if your progress isn't as much as you'd like it to be, that's fine. I think the American people are patient. I think as long as you tell them that, and you tell them what's really going on, and say, look, we're struggling with aspects of A, B, and C for the declassification process, the American people are pretty patient. They understand that. What they don't tolerate is obfuscation and misdirection, and so that's, I think, where we need to be.
That was Lue Elizondo. So what do you think? Is it our adversaries, or did someone just didn't want to be found? About Space Today News has just discovered a report that indicates that at least 10 high-profile Chinese scientists specializing in defense-related fields, including hypersonics, military AI, and drone technology, have died or gone missing between 2023 and early 2026. These deaths, often attributed to accidents, suicide, or sudden illness, have sparked intense speculation and comparisons to similar string of accidents here in the U.S. Well, just continue to check out our Facebook page at aboutspace.today for special reports. And if you like our reports, click like, follow, and hit that subscribe button. And to all our listeners around the globe and here in the U.S., thanks for taking time from your home or where you work to listen today. I'm David Denault.